every so often, Mr. Garcia, maybe you could just lift up that picture of our President Trump sleeping. As you say, I think he's praying. But if he is sleeping, he certainly looks pretty while he sleeps.
It's such a weird way to defend Trump. It's so weird that you know what? I mean, hats off, Boebert, because that's fantastic. I mean, I just have to respect how weird this is. You know what? Love it.
President Trump sacrificed his wealth for our nation, and all Joe Biden has done is sacrifice our nation for his wealth.
That right there, folks, is what we call projection. Trump is selling sneakers and Bibles. Sneakers and Bibles and, influence China. I mean, he can, any foreign official that wants to, gain influence just has to get a Mar-a-Lago membership, pretty much. That's been widely reported. He's like literally, they've rented out like floors on floors of hotels, for influence with him. I mean, yeah. Projection.
I'm proud to be partnering with my very good friend Lee Greenwood, who doesn't love his song, God Bless the USA, in connection with promoting the God Bless the USA Bible. This Bible is the King James Version and also includes our Founding Father documents, yes, the Constitution, which I'm fighting for every single day, very hard, to keep Americans protected.
I've been to dozens of Trump rallies. I've listened to him speak. I've listened to his supporters. I've interviewed tons and tons of supporters all across the country. He is seen as an outsider. He is seen as outside of the Republican Party. Whenever a Republican criticizes him, it's, hey, look, he's it even did like bolsters his outsiderness, right? And because, hey, like even the Democrats and the Republicans hate him, right? And most MAGA will like tell you, like they're like, I don't trust Republicans either, but they get to like Trump because he's outside the party, he's the outsider. And they love this version of the outsider. George W. Bush was the Washington outsider to them, to conservatives. George W. Bush, the guy whose dad was the vice president of the United States, head of the CIA, and who was a former governor of Texas. That's George W. Bush. And they said the exact same things about him. They're after you, I'm just in the way meme. The Trump meme it says like, they're after you, I'm just in the way. They did the same thing with W. They're after you. They had that thing. So this whole thing, I mean, and God bless, these people. I mean, I think most of them just have to know that the guy has been just a walking abortion factory. But they're like, hey, he's going to be the guy to put the final nail in the coffin on women's health care. I mean, he's going to be the guy to do it. So they're going to be like, whatever. I don't care how many porn stars he paid off. Like, we're still voting for him.
I have. And the policy solution is pretty up in your grill.
That's right. So we're going to inject President Trump's policies with steroids and put them all into one. And my bill is called Build the Wall, Deport Them All.
I don't think if you're watching this, if you're liberal, you're progressive, I don't think people really get how flared up the MAGA movement is over the southern border. It's worse than whatever you think it is. Worse. It's the number one issue that all of MAGA at every rally cares about, because they think that immigrants are coming over here, being given free cell phones, free, cash cards, like cash cards galore, not the ones in New York where they gave that to them instead of, giving them food. I'm talking about they're outfitting them and giving them voter ID cards. And it plays into their great replacement theory, that white supremacist great replacement theory. It plays into all of that. And there's just so much absolute nonsense about the border. That's, and, migrant crime, and, and Lake and Riley, there's so much about that. They're absolutely incensed over immigration. They want to kill immigrants. This isn't hyperbole. I have them on tape. I said this to Paul Gosar. I've said this to Maga people, United States Congressman Paul Gosar. I've said this to Maga. The last rally I was at, the Wildwood, New Jersey one, people are saying kill them all, and we should shoot a couple, right? And we should shoot them and let the buzzards eat their flesh and bones. Real quotes, not making that up. And there wasn't like a context thing either. So they want to kill immigrants, and Trump has done a tremendous job of ramping up the whole immigrant thing. At the end of the day, I don't even know how much. I don't know how much he cares about it, truly. But I know it's his path to the White House is to ramp everyone up about killing immigrants.
This is a witch hunt against President Trump. It's absolutely unprecedented. And the woke mob, the fake news, and the leftist government officials who are engaging in this extortion should be downright ashamed of themselves.
Hey, woke mob, you should all be ashamed of yourself. Us on the left, that's all we think about. Us on the big bad left. We're not marching for Palestine. We're not, having encampments. We're not protesting literally every time Joe Biden shows up somewhere. Oh, we're concerned with Trump somehow? Sure. Okay. I also love that no matter what he gets indicted for, it is just a woke mob, and he is just the victim. Always the victim. But he's also the strongest man alive. He's playing 4D chess. But, also huge victim. Am I right? It's just so shameful they're coming after him for paying off a porn star, which he totally did. And, stealing classified documents, but they were his classified. He declassified them. Also, they were planted by the Democrats. You get where I'm going with this, right? Yeah, just there's charge upon charge upon charge. And of course, nothing is, he's not culpable of anything. Meanwhile, for any progressive liberal, what's his name? Our guy, senator, got indicted for all this gold bullion and nasty thing. The senator from Jersey, what's his name? I'm being ridiculous. Menendez? All of us are yeah, sure, throw him in jail, go for it. But yeah, the biggest fascists are always the biggest victims. Look at Israel.